Hey guys, I want to be very straight on this video. So this is how to raise a rabbit for meat, a complete beginner's guide. So completely, when you talk about rabbit raising, they fall in three different categories. Number one, there are people that raise rabbit as a pet. Yes, there are people that just want to keep rabbit because they love rabbit. They want to use them as pets. And the second category are people who use rabbits for shows. They rear rabbits, multiply them, and use them for entertainment. And the third category is those who raise rabbits in a farm for food, that is for meat and clothing, those who use the fur and those who use the meat as consumption. So, and that is the area I want us to cover in this video. So I'm going to take you step by step as a beginner how to raise a rabbit in your backyard, or if you have a bigger budget, how to get started. So before we proceed, I would like to introduce to you, recently I launched my book, Rabbit Riches, a complete beginner's guide on how to start a rabbit farm no matter what your budget is. I covered a lot of topics, from selecting your breed, if you want to be breeding for fur, if you want to breed for meat, the kind of breed you need to select, how to build your hatches, disease prevention, marketing details, and a lot is packed in this book, and you will never get it wrong if you buy this book either from Amazon. If you are listening to me from America, I'm going to leave the link in the description where you can get this book on Amazon. And also, if you are listening to me from Nigeria, I'm going to leave a link where you can buy from Livestock. So this book, once you get it, it is going to take you in depth on how you can start a profitable rabbit farming, either from your home, from your backyard, or if you have a bigger budget, that also got you covered. It also take you through on how to prepare your rabbit food at home, your pellets, your hay, and also how to prevent diseases using natural means and all of that. So please find the link in the description, buy this on Amazon, or you can buy it on Paystack depending on where you are watching this from. So with this out of the way, now let's jump into the video. First, before we proceed, let me take you through what we are going to cover in this video. So in this tutorial, raising rabbit for meat, we're going to cover your breed selection. So what kind of breed you need to select for rabbit farming for meat. And secondly, we're going to go through building a hatch, that is building your cage, how you should structure your cage, the kind of hatches you need to raise a profitable and a successful rabbit production. I'm going to also take you through what age you should select. If you want to buy, the ages range you should go and what numbers you need to buy. I'm going to also take you through what breeding is like and how to expand from little to whatever number you want to grow to. I'm going to also take you some basic first aid that you need to do to prevent your rabbit from getting sick. We're going to dive into marketing a little bit. And that is all we're going to cover in this video. So fasten your seatbelt, get your popcorn. So let's get started and then dive into the first chapter of this video. Now let's talk about breed selection. Usually in this locality here, there is one main breed that we usually use when we want to go into rabbit farming production for meat, which is the New Zealand White, which is what you are seeing on your screen right now. However, if you're in other part of the world, there are other bigger rabbits like the Finnish Giant. So sometimes you can also use the Dutch breed. There are bigger Dutch breed. There are a lot of other breeds that even grow faster than New Zealand White. They grow even like 4 times bigger than New Zealand White. Very giant rabbits. I covered that in the book, so you can check the book for those details. But for now, we're going to stick to New Zealand White, Finnish Giant, and then Dutch breed. Now let's talk about building hatches and maybe shelter for your rabbit rearing. So you can use wooden hatches or metal hatches. Metal hatches are usually expensive from beginning, but in a long time it is way cheaper, and the maintenance cost is none at all because they are all metal. But if you use wooden hatches, they are way cheaper from start, and then in the long run you need more maintenance to keep them stable. And this is how your rabbit cage or hatchery should look like: well ventilated, very good spacing. The details for that can also be found in the book, where we take you through on dimension and the kind of materials you can use, and you can also do it on your own at home in case if you are running on a budget. Let's talk about age and numbers when selecting your stock. So the number of stock you will need to select will depend on your budgeting and your space. If you have enough space, I will tell you the advisable number to start with. If you are running on a budget, I'll also discuss that briefly with you. So if you want to stock in your numbers, usually it is advisable that you start with at least 2 female and 1 male. That is 2 doe and a buck. So, but regarding the age, if you are really ready and you are prepared financially to start breeding immediately, you can buy a 4-month-old female and then a 4-month-old male, because usually female can start breeding immediately after they are 4 months. Some even from 3 months they can breed. But usually if you want the health of your rabbit to be stable, let them be at least 4 months female before they start breeding. And males usually for New Zealand white reach sexual maturity at 7 months old. So you may need to buy a bigger male if you want to start breeding immediately. But usually 4 months rabbit are way more expensive than a little smaller rabbit like 2 months and thereabout. They are cheaper. If you are running a budget and you do not have money to stock bigger rabbit, you can stock in 2 months rabbit, 2 months old at least. Then you rear them until they are 7 months old and they can start breeding. But if you have money, just buy 5 months old or 4 months old rabbit and start stocking. If you have enough space, it's advisable that you get 2 buck and then 10 females. That is my own recommended preference number, because a rabbit gives birth to an average of 3 to 12 kittens. So if you multiply that every 3 to 2 months in a year, you will see how many number you will gather. So this will all depend on the kind of space and budget you have, because a rabbit can almost become pregnant immediately. Even though if I don't advise it, let your rabbit wean her young one before you breed her again. If otherwise, rabbit can become pregnant even the first week after giving birth. So now let's talk about first aid and disease prevention. So if you build your hatches very well with enough ventilation, that is going to go a long way to make sure your rabbits are living well. So you also have to take care, be mindful of drainage system and porous floor, so that all their feces and other excrete can pass through it, and then that will keep the rabbit clean. So also you will need some antibiotic and also dewormers. That one you need to consult your veterinary doctor to recommend one for you. You need to keep them very close to you for administration in case you find any kind of disease they have. So viral disease, before you go to veterinary doctor, you can just apply that quickly. However, if you go through the Rabbit Riches book, there are other natural way of disease prevention in rabbit production. You can also check the book for more ways to prevent diseases on your rabbit, because you will not want to spend money stocking your rabbit and at the end of the day you find them dying before they even reach the age of maturity that you can sell. So for more detail on how to prevent diseases and how to manage diseases, I have that covered in detail in my book, so you can check that out as well. Now let's talk about one of the most challenging aspects of rabbit farming for beginners, because that is marketing. Marketing is really very complicated, because in this part of the world, rabbit farmers are finding it difficult on how they can market their stock. So I don't know what the situation is in America, UK and all of that, but I discussed a common way you can apply whatever way you are in whatever region you are. you can apply those strategies to market your rabbit. First of all, you can sell to food vendors. You can also sell to those people in a restaurant. You can just educate them on the benefit of rabbit meat and how healthy it is. So, but in this method, you can also deploy the method yourself. You prepare the rabbit, grill them, and start marketing them yourself. In my book, I discuss in details more than 10 ways you can use to market your rabbit quickly. Regardless of the region you are watching this video from, I got you covered. Most of those strategies works in whatever region you might find yourself. In conclusion, rabbit farming is actually a very profitable business that you can start just at the backyard of your house. You don't really need much space because these are very small animals that can be breeded in a very small space, provided that area have enough light and enough shade during the time of the day. So if you want to go into rabbit farming, I advise that you just give it a shot and you will continue to learn by experience as you grow. But however, those mistakes that you can make that may cost you your businesses and your rabbit life have already been covered in my book, Rabbit Riches, a complete profitable farming beginner guide for any farmer. So you can check that out, but do not hesitate to just give it a try. Start rearing a rabbit today and build a community of healthy people. So this is Bani Backyard. My name is SSB Otaru for Bani Backyard. Until I see you again on the next one, this production is brought to you by Motion Digit Studios. Bye bye. Keep loving your rabbit.